Hi boys and girls, this is Mrs. Hutzler, and today I'm going to talk to you about the recap or the summary of Chapter 4 of Jake Drake Know-It-All. Now in Chapter 4, called Hunters, we found out that what they were hunting for is ideas for the science fair. And we see Jake trying to be sneaky and get to the library to get started before anybody else does. But unfortunately, Marcia and Kevin, those know-it-alls, heard him ask for a library pass, and they went to the library too. On his way to the library, Jake runs into his very best friend, Willie, and they're talking about the science fair, and Willie asks if they could be partners. And Jake said, sorry, I'm working by myself because I want, the computer and I don't want to share. So to me, that seems like a pretty, selfish way to be. Now remember, we have our character trait sheet. Selfish is one of the character traits on our character sheet. And there are several more we could also give to Jake on how he acts in this chapter. But I'm going to let you find two more that you would use to describe Jake in this chapter. So, when they're in the library, Jake's starting to do some research and try to find a great idea. But Marcia and Kevin are being nosy, and they're watching over his shoulder to see what he's doing. And they accuse him of cheating from trying to find ideas online. And they get into a little bit of an argument. There's some anger going on, and Jake is very angry. And as you can see, even in being able to tell a character's character traits through their words, thoughts, and actions, sometimes illustrators also help us find character traits by putting them into the illustrations and the pictures of the characters. So we can kind of see here that Jake is angry. He's got the pink cheeks that when we get mad, a lot of us get flushed and very red. And he doesn't have a very happy look on his face at all. So they kind of get into a little bit of a disagreement about, what is allowed and what's cheating and what's not. And then at the end, Jake's a little bit kind of proud of himself because they're scared. Those know-it-alls are worried that he might know something they don't. So he's kind of proud of himself that, hey, they're scared of me. And so that kind of changes his thoughts a little bit. He's not mad anymore. He's kind of proud and kind of excited that they, see him as a challenge or a threat to their know-it-allness. So today you're reading Chapter 5. And it's got a very weird title. It's called KIA/DIA. Now, my first thought is, what is that? Is that a person? Is that a thing? Is it a holiday? What is that? So, my challenge to you is to first answer that question as you read. What is KIA/DIA? What does it stand for? Second of all, we are going to meet a new character in this chapter, and that's Jake's dad. And Jake's dad, we're going to learn a little bit about him and what he's like through his actions and his words. And your job as you read Chapter 5 is to come up with two character traits you would use to describe Dad. Once we know a little bit about him, things that he says, actions that he does, how would you describe Dad? And you can pick two character traits from our list, or if you can come up with others that you think are better, go ahead. You can write them down if you like and share them with mom or dad or a brother or sister or anybody that you'd like. Share them with your teacher through however you're communicating with your teachers. That's great. They'd love to hear from you. So that's your challenge for Chapter 5, KIA/DIA, is to come up with two character traits to describe Dad, who is a new character in our story. So have happy reading and have a good day.